Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the weekly AI WeCare Team Nowsite user group show and being recorded. And for those watching out there in video land, as always, thank you to our ever growing audience out there watching these weekly. And we do appreciate it and hope you're benefiting. And if you can, join us in person. And you can join us by just simply going to our resource page at the AIWeCareTeam.now.site and on the home page, and you will see a place to join this Zoom call and learn everything that's going on in Nowsite this week or in the last month or other things, and learn tips and tricks and different things that are going on as we try to keep you up to date, which is always a challenge, as we know, with Nowsite, because there's always things changing with Nowsite. I'm doing that. And I'd like to also introduce my colleague who makes this call possible every week, Mary Bird. And Mary's my partner in crime on this. We've been doing this podcast, this soon to be podcast, because I'm going to move it over to a podcast as well, coming over next week or so, since I learned how to do that, since I've had a lot of free time on my hands, since my telephone isn't working. So if you've tried to reach out to me by phone or text in the last 4 days, I'm not ignoring you. I just have no way of communicating with you. I am incommunicado in doing that. So I apologize. If you want to get a hold of me, just email me and I will respond on email to you for that. Okay, Mary, with that, we'll defer to you and the great job you do every week on the 411. And if people forget what 411 means, that was the number for information. And I think it still is on telephones today.
I don't think so, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's in our world.
411. Okay, Mary, all up to you now. Go for it, kiddo.
I want to say welcome. Today is Friday, July the 7th, 2023. So that for those that are on the recording, you know what day we did this on. So we can go from there. I want to take your attention. Am I driving, Steve?
Yep, you are.
I want to take your attention over to the July 2023 page that Nowsite has started putting together on a monthly basis. What did I do wrong? Nothing. Why are we not here?
They
took the page down.
Yep, they sure did.
Okay. Well, lucky for us. You can find out more about the July 2023 here when it goes back up. I do know that Cheryl and Justin are both over in the UK right now, so their time frame is a little different, but I'm not sure why they took that page down. The Las Vegas event is still the 28th through the 29th. It is rolling out contact mapping into our system. Some of you have already signed up somebody and got rewarded for a contact mapping person. And that is going to be on another landing page, which I'll put here, but it's not coming out till next week. If you have already received contact mapping list of people, you know that they've already started doing an email campaign for you. It's in your back office. If you would go to your back office and see where that email is. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I did not participate in that, so I can't demo it from my system. There are 5 emails that are going out. One has already gone out with your signature in it and the Nowsite signature in it, I should say, and your sign up link. If you want to go and edit those 4, go into your email account and you can edit those. So if you want to sign it off with Best, if you want to sign it off, looking forward to talking to you. Again, here's my number. The emails that I understand are from contact mapping, stating your name, stating the fact that you will be contacting them. Don't let just Nowsite's email campaign go through there to sign them up. Pick up the phone, call them. If you need a demo, text me or send Steve an email so that we can hop on our Zooms and take care of that for you. So if that's what you're needing to get over the hurdle of introducing Nowsite to a contact mapping person, please feel free to reach out to either one of us, Steve by email until Monday at least, or send me a text and I can help you on that. The other thing that I will want to announce for those that are going to Las Vegas, the foot races may not happen outside. It's 115 degrees out there, and quite frankly, Justin's Canadian and lives in Europe where it's a comfortable 60 degrees, I think, today, because I saw him in jackets yesterday. But anyway, I have not checked the weather. So the outside events may be transferred in. He's going to call the audible on that one. So with that being said, the Battle to 1,000 is on, and the battle's on, and the boot camp to follow. If you're already signed up in Nowsite, you do not have to pay anything extra, like the $39 that they were putting up on yesterday's call. Only new people pay the $39, and if they complete the full 10-day course, they will get the $39 back. But you also get to earn commission on that. So it is a win-win for everybody involved. So for those who want to participate in the boot camp, it is going to start on the 28th and run through August. And it's 10 days. I think it starts on the 24th is what I saw, but they're finalizing it. Everything's going to start around the convention. So they're going to do the first hour live at the convention. So that will be done at approximately 4:30 Vegas time on Friday, the 28th. So just be alert to that. I'll put it up here as soon as they finalize that and put that here. Okay. We have two very special guests that are going to talk this morning. So I'm going to try and cut my 411 short. That's all the information I have at the moment till they put the July 2023 page back up. And you can see the videos and everything from this week on that as well.
Mary, I am going to share one thing here. I did get this on the Nowsite call this morning. So I just want to
Okay,
share
go
this.
ahead.
Yeah,
Over
share
to you.
real quick. So if you do have leads for contact mapping and you got received 10 or 20 leads and in your back office right now, they put up this frequently asked questions page on contact mapping intros on how the introduction is. Here is the website right here, contact mapping intros.now.site up here. And there's a video, and then here's frequently asked questions about, and this will help you understand a little bit different, what's the difference between contact mapping and Nowsite, and it'll give you a better idea and how they're going to integrate and the timelines and stuff like that. So, Mary, did you get this? If not, I'll send it to you.
No, just put it in the chat and I'll copy it from that.
Okay.
Sorry, I did come in a little late on that call.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I wanted to make sure. So that'll give you a little idea. There, it's in the chat now.
All right, thank you.
We're there to do that and go there. Okay, Mary, back to you.
Okay. I'm going to introduce Dutch Texan for just a few minutes. He's got some important things about texting and what the texting world is going to go to and be here for us very soon. So I'm going to turn it over to our favorite fan, Dutch Texan.
Hey, how are you guys doing? So first of all, let me go back a little bit on what's happening. The federal government, just like everybody else in America, basically got fed up with all the spammy texting that's going out to everybody. So they want to regulate that, and the carriers basically took initiative to be ahead of the federal government instead of the federal government restricting and regulating them. They say, like, we're going to regulate how our own industry is going to go forward to avoid the federal government influence on it, which personally I really like. Having said that, all the big carriers, all the carriers in America, they came together and they set new compliance for the AWT, which means application to personal texting. So if you use a platform, a software platform to text people, and that is for all 10 digits local numbers. So if you have a 10-digit number in America, or you text to a 10-digit number in America, you need to be registered. So long story short, Wednesday, 2 days ago, was the deadline for all existing businesses to register their business and their phone number through the application that they use. So you have big platforms like ActiveCampaign, High Level. I know they integrated that into their system. Maybe you use a platform like Twilio, which is only texting basically. They have that integrated in their system. So the application, the software often has a walkthrough how to actually register. And once you register, you need to register your business. Just give you an overview. You have to give you need to register your business with the EIN number or with your social security number. So your business number, the EIN number or your social security number will be attached to the phone number that you use. So if a business starts spamming people, you can actually be blacklisted as a company. So you need to be compliant. Everybody that use a form to capture now a phone number, you need to make sure that every form that you use has basically a little checkbox that people understand that they will receive text messages from you. The very first text message that you need to send out need to mention your business name. Also, you always need to have an option to opt out from the text messaging. That are really important things to have that in the future inside your text messaging campaigns that you are sending out. Little tip: don't say reply stop for to opt out, because stop is one of those words that are flagged. Always use, for example, respond out to opt out, because that is not going to get flagged. So those kind of things are happening right now. And from July 5 until August 30 or 31, the end of August, they basically going to block bit by bit by bit all text messaging that is going out to an application if you're not registered. By the end of August, there will be 0 text message going out if your business is not registered through the application that you use. Now, I've been away from Nowsite a little bit, so Mary can probably say how Nowsite is doing it. If Nowsite is not doing anything right now, I would really suggest, as an affiliate, as a user, if you use texting, make sure that you reach out to Nowsite and ask, how are we gonna register our numbers? Because I know all American Nowsite affiliates are using an American number to text American people with American numbers.
Right. Dutch, they use Twilio. That's who Nowsite.
Okay. Then still, your business need to be registered. So it doesn't matter if Twilio registered. That is not an issue. You as a business. So if you have, for example, a nail salon. I always do nail salon because my wife is working in nail salons. If you have a nail salon and you use Nowsite, and Nowsite is using Twilio, that nail salon still need to register under their own EIN number to be able to use Nowsite's Twilio account to text. Nowsite cannot register all of us separately. So the reason why I here on this call is because I reach out to Mary, because I know Mary is with Nowsite, and I reach out to a couple of people in Nowsite because I just don't want people to be surprised what's going to happen. Because if it is September and none of your text messages going out, you probably know now why. Because everybody needs to register. So I would highly suggest, if Nowsite is not giving you the option to reach out to support, let me share a page here from Twilio where everything is completely explained what it is in detail, with different links to different things what is going on. But it is something you will notice as a consumer. after September, you will see much less text messages going out because only the text messages that are coming to you are from businesses that are registered. So, and I think compliance wise, it's always good to have, like in a form, always have the checkbox, like I understand I'm going to receive text message from this business. So if you have that in nice wording, that's always good.
And I will add this, part of the call this morning was somebody is in texting jail for texting. So it's already started. And that's one of the reasons when Mark and I talked last week that I really wanted to get him in front of y'all so that y'all were aware of this. I know several of you use the texting services that are not with Nowsite. Some of you do use them with Nowsite. So if we all come together and ask that big question, on the Twilio side, and how we get those registered. And Dutch put the link in the chat section. So feel free to get the chat. I will put it on our July page on the team page.
Yeah, so to me, it is, I looked at multiple different platforms. And all the platforms, they have to integrate the registration inside their own platform. It's summer break. So like no matter if you use Twilio or you use Active Campaign or High Level, they all have their own integrated how you say that, registration, because you register that you use that application with that phone number that is connected to that application to send out messages with your business. So, and I know some other platforms that actually just drop the whole service of texting in general. Like there are some all-in-one platforms that just canceled all the texting in the platform. So that is also happening. So but I just don't, I know for a lot of people it's an add-on expense in Nowsite because it's an extra package. I don't want people to pay for something that they're not aware that none of the text messages are going out. And since 2 days ago, they're already limiting the text messages that are going out at this point.
That's really good information, Dutch. Thank you very much for sharing that this morning. That's because there has been no mention. I remember reading about the bill and being passed, but out of sight, out of mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so thank you for bringing that forward again, because it definitely has been mentioned at all on Nowsite.
Yeah, I'm still in all the Facebook groups and I try to keep up with Nowsite. I personally think I personally think the lead generation from Nowsite is really good. So I still want to keep an eye on, even though I'm not using the marketing system anymore, but that part I really keep an eye on because it's interesting. It's different than other companies. So to me, I want to keep an eye on what they are doing. Plus I've been so long in Nowsite that I have so many personal friends in Nowsite that I don't want them to blindly walk against this problem in September and think like, I know people who have teams of 1,000+ people and that they're texting them. And if none of the text messages are going out, you pay for it, but nothing is happening. And that would be a waste.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much, Dutch. Anybody have questions for Dutch?
Yes, please feel free to ask.
Okay. We are going to move on to our next in-house speaker. I enjoy learning from him. He's an awesome coach, and we are talking about none other than Baz Porter.
Hi. It was to do with the AI thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I'm glad about that. So So I'm going to share screens with you guys. I was actually reading what Dutch was just saying about, so I was like, "Oh crap!"
Sorry, I didn't mean to catch you off that screen.
All right. So I was asked last week to go into a bit of AI. So I started a new chat. And this is in Nowsite. I've not done it on the ChatGTP. This is completely done in Nowsite. In order to use AI effectively for your businesses, you must first start to what they call prime the actual chat. and Richard knows about this because we're on a mastermind together, but it's called top and tailing. So in order to the AI to understand what you want, you must first tell it who it is. Act as if you are a market researcher. I've done the market researcher in this case, and you are working for Bass Porter LLC. Now you're going to give an instruction. Please suggest a brief outline for a persona, for entrepreneur, who is an entrepreneur looking to buy a house. So I've done this about real estates in Colorado for $450,000. It will then give you a load of information, and this is basic information. But notice I've told the AI what it is. I've instructed it very clearly that it is a market researcher. So equally, if you wanted to write copy for your website, you need to say you are a copywriter with 25 years experience. If you tell it it's a copywriter with 1 year experience, there's a hell of a difference between good copy and what you're going to be put out from there. So tell it exactly what you want it to do or be. So going down, it's given a brief introduction to this persona. It's named him. In this case, it's Mark Thompson, age 36. He's a successful entrepreneur in technology, and he's currently living in California. And he's interested, this is key, in relocating to Colorado. It gives you goals and objectives, background. Now, bear in mind when you're speaking to your avatar, your clients, potential clients, you need to connect with them emotionally. This helps you do this because it's giving you background information. Most people before ChatGPT and AI came out would spend thousands of dollars, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, on getting this information off of people and off of the internet. And it used to be a shark fest out there. It then goes into the needs and preferences. It gives you a list of 6 of them in there. I won't bore you with them. Then client expectations, what they're looking for. The key insights and opportunities. These are cracks in their psyche and in what they're looking for, so you can speak to them knowing what they're searching for in Google and other places. This, and it tells you this persona. Now, I've put in here, based on the above information, please suggest ways to capture their attention on social media. I've put in there next to it LinkedIn. When you're going for social media, put the platform in there. If it's LinkedIn you're using, put LinkedIn. If it's Instagram, Facebook, Google Ads, put Google Ads in there. Every one of these platforms are different. So they speak in different ways to different people. So by putting in there the platform, you're telling the AI system the language model you want it to use, because there's different clientele in each one of these platforms. It then gives you, it gave me, I think it's 8 suggested ways of grabbing people's attention. Showcase local knowledge, targeting networks, testimonials and success stories, personalizing messaging, that's crafting a message, sponsored content. I wouldn't suggest sponsored content until you've actually done at least 2 days on your avatar, at least 2 days. Bear in mind, I did it with 4.5 days, and I went down the rabbit hole and met Alice in Wonderland while doing this. I then said, now build a deeper knowledge for this persona, Mark Thompson, to understand more about his shopping habits. Now, this is a very specific question. Everybody has habits when shopping, with male, female, however you identify. you all have a habit, and the habits build the patterns. If you can understand the habits of your client, of your persona, your ideal client, you can start to then speak to them emotionally, logically, and also objectively. So you're cutting out months of work by doing this. It then gives me a more detailed analytic summary of Mark Thompson. Now what we're going to do is go one stage deeper. Please let me know, and the spelling doesn't really matter on here if you've never done this before, what family aspirations Mark has. I'm finding out everything I can about this person called Mark, purely because the more I know, no, I'm not going to do it now. Right, I've stopped doing it. So the more I know about the person, the better I can communicate with them. What happens after this is you can start to go, here's an email campaign. Now build me an email campaign for Mark based on everything that we've just spoken about. AI will then go about building an email campaign, and you tell it how many people, how many emails you want to use. 4, 6, 7, doesn't matter. And it will build up a whole repertoire of congruent email speaking to the person. And also, if you've had a persona built through Nowsite, if you go in there and do your disc assessment and build all that, put that in there as well. It will be more powerful than anything else you can put together by yourself. Use the information in Nowsite to build up a repertoire of this. When you come out of ChatGTP, before you come out of the AI system, put in there, you will remember this conversation with the keyword Mark. The reason I've done that is so when I go back, I can say, Mark, remember this conversation, and then put in the question so I can pick up where I've left off. I didn't do it on this one, and that's why it said apologies for the confusion and spat me out some other bullshit that I didn't need. So make sure you put in there, remember this conversation, and put a keyword next to it that you're going to remember when you refer back to it. The more you understand and the more you use prompts within the ChatGTP, and the more you tell it, and the more you make it understand, the easier it will be for each of your businesses. I highly suggest using it every single day with your business. So your business profile, which is next to the ChatGTP, go in there with all that information, put it into the ChatGTP as well, so it can build up and remember who you are. If I'm doing it outside of this, and I'm using the original site, the AI site in ChatGPT 4, I will say you are a whatever it is, a copywriter, and you have worked for my company, Baz Porter LLC, for 25 years. You also have access to all the information that is on the internet and personalized information about my company and this persona, and I'll put the persona in. Then I'll instruct it to build out a text message campaign or email campaign or social media posts and or blogs specifically targeted to that audience. But the more specific you get, the easier your life will be when you go forward into building up your websites, your messaging, and also your branding. You can even ask ChatGPT, what are the likely colors, or suggest likely colors that will be effective with my branding towards this avatar. I'm going to say something now that's controversial. Don't advertise to everybody. Advertise only to one person. The reason for that is your ideal client speaks a certain way. If you try and speak multiple languages, I was on a podcast last night with somebody, and I use that analogy. If you like vanilla ice cream and your client likes strawberry ice cream, are you going to match? Unlikely. So if you're speaking you're taking your ego out of it and you're going, I love strawberry ice cream to your persona, they're going to buy that ice cream, whether you like it or not. It's the same analogy. If you're speaking to your client, you can speak to that person in their language, not in your own. It's like speaking Japanese to a French person, they're not going to understand you. Or me trying to speak Dutch to Dutch here. You know, I don't speak that language. I speak English and sometimes pure gibberish. But the gibberish will be received by the people who can understand it. And the English, in turn, will be received by the people who can also understand that. Speak to one person, not everybody. And you'll find the right people eventually will gravitate towards you. I hope that's of service to some people. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Steve, me, Mary, or anything else. I'm happy to book a call with you and go into it a bit deeper for you to understand it.
I just put some stuff in the chat as well. These are some articles that I get Flipboard Tech every week I read. And these are a few of the articles that I've copied in here about ChatGPT and some great articles about how to use it. So if you want to copy those links, those tiny URLs in there, it will help you greatly even understand ChatGPT even more. I just set this to Mary too, so she can post it on the tips and tricks page later. So it'll be there as well for that. And then we've also, my bad, I haven't sent to Mary yet, but I'm a little confused this week. But I do have to, she needs to repost the Nowsite AI chat prompts. And I'll get that done later on this afternoon. Send over there so it's back up in the tips and trips as well on that. So, yeah, these are all really good articles on how to use ChatGPT. It's really just, the more I read about it, it's just the more it'll do things that I didn't even think about, and so I encourage you, if you don't have any RSS feeds or subscribe to any digital tech journals like SEO Journal and a bunch of other ones like Flipbook Technology, you need to read to keep up with what you need to know. There's one of the big pushes on Nowsite now is going to be with the Academy about building your personal brand. Well, how you build your personal brand is through knowledge. I mean, knowledge is the key to everything. And then your brand is built by sharing, educating, training, and doing all these other things. But if you don't have the knowledge, how can you build your brand? So lifelong learning is something that I've always been dedicated to. And people pay you for your knowledge. They will pay you for your knowledge. So it's an investment. It's just like learning any other skill. We never stop learning. And the better you get at it, the more value you have. The better value you have, the better reputation you have, and therefore people are more apt to refer you for business. It's real simple. But it's just making that effort to just do a little reading every day, or listen to an audiobook, or watch a YouTube video, or whatever. I'm finding myself getting addicted to YouTube, which is not a good thing.
Oh, but we're on YouTube.
I know, but I mean, I get, me, Mary, I get invested in a project like the kitchen
Mhm.
remodeling we just did, and I've got to know because I'm a geek, I got to know every little tidbit about it and everything else. So when I'm talking to the guy, I want to make sure that he's not BSing me. But that's why I do that, to do that because, I'd say it saved me literally thousands of dollars over the years
Mhm.
by just having knowledge. So, yeah, you should, if you don't dedicate a certain amount of your day, even 30 minutes a day to some form of learning, please start doing that. It'll help you build your personal brand, and you can't build a business without a personal brand because your brand builds your business. You're doing that.
Absolutely does.
hmm Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions real quick. What we've talked about, because as usually, we've gone over a lot out there. And again, you can find a lot of these resources a couple places. You can find them on our YouTube channel at WeCare, and you get these recordings every week are up there. And we had a bunch more new subscribers this week, so thank you for subscribing and liking us. We appreciate it, and we hope you're getting something out of this out there in video land. You can also go to our resource page, which is aiwecareteam.now.site. And Mary, you want to show them where they can get on the list where they can get reminders about this meeting and other things that we send out?
Certainly can. Give me just a second. Dutch, I see your hand up. Hold on just a
Yeah.
second. On our homepage, you can join the email club right here. Okay, emails will start going out next week. I'm going to need a few of us that will volunteer and say me. So if you would drop a me in this, I've got to get the AI WeCare team out of spam. So if you will help us do that, you will go forward with us not being in your spam folder. But if you can, just let me know that you want to be one of those people that receives the daily email out of that, and we'll send it.
Okie dokie on that. Okay, Dutch, yes.
So first of all, great training from Bess. And I always need to laugh when people say like ChatGPT gives you bad output. It's the input that need to have quality to get good output. So
Garbage in, garbage out.
Yep. One trick that I learned from somebody else is you can also write an email campaign as if you, for example, somebody else. So if you are a beginning marketing professional, or you write your first email campaign, you can write it in the words of Frank Kern or Gary Vaynerchuk. You can pick some really great people that really have a lot of experience and use it as if you are that person that has all that experience already. So that's maybe a tip for beginners. So yeah, that's something I want to throw out.
That's kind of interesting. That's almost looking at it like music.
Yeah.
Play this in the style of.
Mm-hmm.
So write this in the style of. Yeah, that's again brilliant. It's just another fascinating way to use ChatGPT.
What's interesting is ChatGPT will probably, if you say pretend you're Gary Vaynerchuk, and how would you write a 50-page blog on such and such, they're probably going to eventually key on specific names like that and take that out of the equation. So instead, what you'll do is have to describe him. You're an incredibly successful podcaster, millionaire, 5'6", 150 pounds. You're from Madison, Wisconsin, and you have a #1 rated show, because ChatGPT can effectively determine who that is.
Yeah, and you love the New York Jets, right? So
I'm a Jets fan, yeah. So
nobody's perfect.
I have no credibility, but in any event, that's kind of in the future where it's going to start, because of obviously the focus on plagiarism. But one other thing I wanted to mention too about ChatGPT, and I think Baz was kind of alluding to this, is the whole notion of the roles of avatars And the personas that we create is you can actually pre-frame a conversation that you want to have with someone by basically loading in your persona and then their persona, and then having ChatGPT basically play either role, and then just ask it questions back and forth and ask it to respond back to you as that person, which is certainly good for sales and marketing, but even good for like talking to your kids.
I'm going to go take one step further as well, Richard. So if you have a conversation with ChatGPT and you prime it, like Richard just said, and said you are, and we'll go in with your the person you've just done a DISC assessment with in Nowsite.
Yeah.
And you can have a conversation based on the above information and the DISC assessment sales tactics provided. Can you suggest questions or intentional questions to ask this person on a sales call, building rapport, and to get the best effective outcome? And you put the result in. So if you're a real estate agent, you can put signing a contract in the house. Or if you're a coach, to get their credit card to give you money, etc., etc., etc. But whatever you put in, again, to your point, Steve, your input determines the output. You put crap in, you get crap out. The higher quality questions, the higher quality output. So just remember what your result is, what you want, and then ask the relevant questions to achieve the result. It's coaching 101, that. However, be specific and intentional when you're asking the questions and build up a conversation.
Yeah, I did some prep for a call because I wasn't really familiar with the platform, but I was talking to someone who was using Thrive and was interested in Nowsite. I use ChatGPT to tell me the advantages and disadvantages between Thrive and Nowsite to prep me for the call. Their strengths and their weaknesses. Well, fortunately, Nowsite, basically 9 out of 10 things was a better platform on everything from what it offered to price point to cost to whatever to do that. So I literally took that, turned it into a one-page document, and sent it to the individual when I got on the Zoom call with them to discuss what the differences were so we could save time. And he was just like blown away. And then he said, "Boy, you really did a lot of homework." I said, "Yeah, it took me about 5 minutes." He goes, "What do you mean?" I used the ChatGPT module in this to actually provide the information to you. And that sealed the deal right there.
Well, I have a question for Mary.
Mhm.
Back to signing up for the emails. Where did you go exactly in Nowsite to get to that? Because I'm in my marketing window and I have the email icon at the top, but it's not the same page that you brought up a couple minutes ago.
The page,
Pardon me?
the page that I brought up for this,
Yes, this one
is actually on our homepage of the AI WeCare team.
So go to the house.
No.
Oh.
Go to the website, AI WeCare team.
No, it's not on Nowsite.
It's not on Nowsite.
I see. Okay, that's why. Okay.
So if you use this as a everyday thing on Fridays to come to our Zoom calls, all you'd have to do is hit the pink button. Remember these 6 numbers, and you're into the Zoom call.
I've just put it in the chat.
Mhm.
And like today's chat, when will that get posted? A week from now, or
No, probably late this afternoon. I've been a good boy lately.
The chat itself, I will pull things out of, and I will put the links on the July page. Okay. But if you want to download the chat, go to the 3 dots on the right-hand side of the chat feature.
Okay.
on this screen. I'm sorry, it's the far right next to the emoji.
All the way on the bottom, all the way on the
On the
bottom.
bottom. Can you see my over screen?
Yes, but it's still on the envelope and join the email club.
Okay, if you go to the chat and open up the chat on this Zoom call. So where everybody's text or typed in either the landing page or commented, there
Okay.
is 4 icons on the bottom before you get to the 3 dots. And when you select the 3 dots, the only thing you can do is save chat.
Oh,
Now, this
Save
works
it.
on our Zoom room calls and the majority of everybody else's. Nowsite has disabled that on their, so you cannot save the chat unless you physically copy it and paste it.
wow. Okay. All right.
And what'll happen is when you save the chat, your computer will automatically in your documents or in your library, create a file called Zoom. And it will place your chats or any videos or anything you make in the Zoom folder.
Oh, okay.
I highly suggest you go back into that folder and rename it something you're going to find,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because Zoom on your PC is extremely difficult to find because of everything else that you're using as well.
Right.
Okay.
I know
And
that-
always,
I
you
know
remember
that
our,
because-
But it should pop up in a window where you can just rename it and copy and paste it to
Yep.
replace.
yeah, but I know that because I made that mistake and I couldn't find what I was recording.
Well, you can always
Okay.
use one of those search tools to find it.
That didn't work.
Like Agent Ransack is one that I use where it's a pretty good. You can search on any type of file type, but yeah, it's a problem. You're right.
Ransack. I nearly did that to my computer when I couldn't find what I was after.
Okay.
it's called
Okay.
Freeware called Ransack.
So again, you can, as mentioned, you can find this recording at the AI WeCare Team YouTube channel. It'll be posted later this afternoon. And today, of course, is the 7th of July. So it's the 7th day, the 7th month of 2023 today. And as always, you can find us here every Friday. And we broadcast at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. So we know we have people actually who watch this video from multiple time zones. We have people on this call right now from a bunch of different time zones and doing things. So thank you for joining us today. But what we're going to do is finally, we'd like to go ahead and we'll start with our guest today. Dutch Texan, why don't you introduce yourself to the crew and tell everybody what you do? And I got to thank Dutch. Dutch is one of my first mentors when I got into Nowsite. Learned a lot from him.
So yeah, basically we know most of you that know me from Nowsite. And at some point I was looking for more marketing tools within the system. So I basically started my own marketing agency. So many of you already know I was working as a freelancer for a lot of Nowsite affiliates, but I started my own marketing agency. I white labeled 3 different platforms, integrated that to one single platform. So I also have my own platform right now. Won't go too much detail because it's competition with Nowsite. But yeah, I still do a lot of work for a lot of small entrepreneurs, affiliates, and yeah, I'm setting up a lot of systems for people to be successful.
Well, thanks again for joining us, Dutch, and appreciate your knowledge sharing today.
Thank you.
Okay, Melissa? Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
there we
There
go.
we
You
are.
hear me?
Okay.
We're doing our little intro, right?
Yep.
I do a little marketing, a little events, a little bit of everything for Homewell Care Services in Seabrook. We service anyone who basically needs in-home caregiving service.
Thank you.
Yep.
Richard?
Hi, everyone. I'm Richard Schreiber. I am called the Software Whisperer because my background is in designing software systems for companies large, extremely large, small, medium, and even entrepreneurs and small businesses. My real true skill set is my ability to communicate with both sides of the equation, speak the language of the creative as well as the geek language, as Steve refers to, on the IT DevOps team. I'm kind of the conduit of the whisper in between. I'm also an autism advocate, so those are my two passions.
Melissa Hastings.
Good morning. Well, I am Melissa Hastings. I have a business through Nowsite that's a gaming business. I sell peripherals, which are all the little things that go into the gaming world. I blog, of which I have a question to ask a little later. And I take care, I'm a nanny too, 3 days a week. And I take care of the little man through 3 days, 10 hours a day. And Fridays are my, the morning after. So, anywho, yeah, that's me.
Johnny?
Johnny Watkins, Nowsite member and promoting Nowsite, and also working on a few other projects right now.
Jonathan? Still Ubering. Yep. Jacqueline? Okay. Simon?
Hold on, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I am an outside affiliate, and I know just about everybody here. I was introduced to Nowsite through Mary Bird, but I'm also a licensed insurance agent in the state of Texas, Oklahoma, and North Carolina. I do educational seminars on Medicare, the different parts of Medicare. I also do life and health insurance plans. I educate people on that. And my last endeavor is I am also a Live Good affiliate, where it is a discounted online store where you can buy things at 70 to 90% off. And I will put my information in the chat momentarily.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jacqueline.
You're welcome.
Simon Jr.
I'm a Nowsite affiliate. Been that for a little bit, for a while. Other than that, having some businesses within Nowsite. Then outside of Nowsite, I currently have a job within IT department of a technical school. So,
And if you need CBD products, Simon has a really nifty e-commerce site.
yes.
If you want to go visit, you may want to put that in the chat, Simon.
All right, we'll do that.
Okay. Catherine?
Good morning or good afternoon, depending on what state or continent you're on. My name is Catherine Pierce, and I do health insurance and life insurance. And I do things a little bit different, and then I help you build a financial future for yourself, for your loved ones. In that, I help you create a bank to yourself by Be a Better Bank. I help you build a financial future for yourself, for your loved ones. And I help you create living benefits, a tax-free retirement, and I help you establish a bank for yourself so you never have to draw from the bank, borrow money, for a home loan, for buying a new house, for buying a new car. You become your own bank, and you establish wealth that way. And we build a secure future for you by giving you between 8 and 16% interest, and you retire nicely, and we build $1 million babies.
Okay. Thank you, Catherine. Gus?
Good morning, everyone. Hi, Steve. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
My name is Gus, and I actually woke up this morning really late and went into the wrong Zoom account. But anyway, so Travis Weaver is the gentleman who had introduced me to Nowsite. I am a business facilitator, and I also do business solving and whatnot. And I am actually having so much fun with Nowsite because it's actually helping me with, with reaching out to my business clients, and it gives me more time for myself using Nowsite. It's amazing. And so, yeah, I'm actually learning the ropes around Nowsite, and Travis is a great mentor.
Super.
Yep.
Baz.
Hi. Oh, you want me to speak about what I
Yeah.
do? I apologize. Hi, I'm Baz. I'm a business and life strategist. I take you from where you are now, wherever that may be, and level you up to that next level where you want to get to, whether it's 6 figures you want to get to or 7 figures. And I also streamline your whole life and also business, automate it to make your life easier in order for you to build legacy in the future. And I've just partnered with somebody called RGT. So we're going to be giving back to your local communities and feeding people, and you're going to receive the benefits of that in a letter from them every month or a video from them every month. So I'm now creating contribution within what I'm doing as well.
Thank you, Baz. Mary.
Well, I'd like to also share with y'all that we have a directory. And for all of our good information here, for those of you members of the AI WeCare team, you get to have a directory page so that you don't have to quickly write down what everybody just said. You can simply come through here and see that. I am an insurance agent, have been so for 18 years. I'm property and casualty, life and health for the state of Texas, but I do have 6 other states that I work in as far as healthcare goes. Surety bonds and including bail bonds for the state of Texas, life annuities, Melaleuca, Snap Delivered, Legal Shield, RX Care, America. It is a plethora of things, but I like to say I'm also a solution solver for what the pain is that the business is having. So just like for us here at the AI WeCare team, we all know our slogan. What? We care about your marketing. Well, if you want to market here in the team page, get with me after the call or send me a message. This is just an about me section. Go ahead and make a website on Nowsite so it can list everything that you offer. If you offer a menu of different services and plans or products, so that will be easier for everybody to find. The chat is not saved and not visible on the replay. So as much as you're giving the information in the chat, nobody but us will see it here live. So if you would like to make a statement, make that statement be on our directory page, and you do get that option. So I'm going to turn it back over to Steve.
Okay, and I want to thank everybody today for their contributions. Dutch, thank you very much for your contributions today. Baz, thank you very much for your contributions today, and all the other chatter that went along with it from everybody's engagement, because that's what it's all about. And you out there in video land, if you like what you saw today, please share it with other people. We take in what we call Nowsite orphans, which are people out there who were sponsored by other people who never saw their sponsor again and really would like to learn how to use this amazing platform. Yeah. So come in and dial in with us. That's what we do every week. And reach out to Mary and I directly by going to our resource page, aiwecareteam.now.site, and book some time with us on our Calendarly account. And hopefully we can help you out and get you started in the right direction in doing that. My name's Steve Patterson. I own a company called Patterson Consulting Partners, PCP Digital. And what we do is we help everybody with Nowsite, but we also provide business planning, building financial performance, doing business strategies, and doing media audits. So we take care of looking at what you're doing, and we try to help you, if you got yourself in a pickle, get yourself out of a pickle and get yourself marketed correctly in doing that. And we've been doing that since 2019. And our tagline is, we try to make it affordable and efficient and simple to get you there to do that. So again, thank you for joining us today. Again, this is the AI WeCare team Nowsite Users Group. We meet here every Friday at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Mary, what else you got?
That's all I've got for y'all this week. Remember, we're in the battle to 1,000. The first team, being contact mapping people and Nowsite users, have that battle going on, and we do have that special pricing going on right now. And the monthly is an annual, is every month they're going to pay $39. They can pay $390 for the year. So don't forget that is available. 39 is the coupon code for the monthly. 390 is the coupon code for annual. So keep that in mind. Let's go beat up on the contact mapping folks so that we can get to our 1,000 first.
And you have till the end of the month to sign up for the boot camp. And we'll
Yes.
have more data about that up in the July 2023.now.site resource page on how to get there if you want to do that and participate in it. The training is pretty good. Johnny, one last question. Go ahead.
On that special for the special pricing, at 39 a month, is that for a whole year or just till the 1,000?
No, it's for the whole
whole
year
year.
Okay, thank you.
on that. Okay, with that, we're gonna close down this one. Look for us again, and we'll see you same time, same channel next week. Thank you all for participating. We really do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.